Hi everybody, welcome to today's edition of the CrossFit Games Update Show. I'm Sean Woodland with Nicole Christensen and Pat Sherwood. We're just hours away from 14.2. Is everyone ready for another go here?
Oh yeah, we get to see the badass ladies battle, so it's a good night, man.
I can't wait to make a prediction on the winner without knowing the workout.
I like that.
You poor thing. I think you'll be okay. Well, Rory McKernan and producer Jonathan Glancy are in Miami. They caught up with both Camille Leblanc-Bazinet and Talayna Fortunato as the two of them get set to take on 14.2.
Hey, thanks, Sean. I hope that it's nice back in Santa Cruz because it's a balmy 80 degrees here inside of I Am CrossFit. As you can see, we're at the scene of the crime for 14.2. We met up with the ladies this morning. One came all the way from Montreal. The other, just up the road in Naples. Here's what they had to say.
Right now I'm feeling okay. I just got super sick. I think it's a flight or whatever. So I'm gonna try to eat as many oranges as I can to have my vitamin C up, and you know, doesn't matter. I'll go as hard as I can anyway. I think it's going against Talayna for me. It'll be almost like going against any other girl. Just go out there and use the other girl to push you, and that's it. Go out there, go as hard as you can, and you know she won't stop. I know she won't stop, so don't stop and just try to go a little faster. That's it.
I think this year I'm not as nervous for it. I don't know why, I'm just not. Also just making a mental shift to realize that putting that much pressure on yourself, don't even enjoy going into the gym each day. It's not fun anymore, and what's really the point? And you actually don't do better that way anyway. If you're enjoying it and truly doing it for the reason you started, I think then you realize your full potential more.
So Talayna bringing a whole new attitude to 2014. Camille, a little bit under the weather, but of course don't count her out. 14.2 is going to be explosive here in Miami. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Ro. Let's take a closer look at the two athletes who are going to be throwing down in 14.2 in Miami. And this is a really interesting matchup between two women who have done very well at the Games, both in the same year. Fortunato on the podium in 2012. But in the Open in 2013, Leblanc-Bazinet finishing second in the world and Elena Fortunato finishing 45th. Let's play coach here for a second. We'll start with Talayna, Nicole. She has been very close to winning the whole thing. In 2012, she was third place on the podium. What does she need to do to get to first?
Well, I mean, I think she needs to continue doing a lot of what she's been doing, training hard, staying consistent. But let's look at last year. She had a bone spur that obviously hurt her in the zigzag sprint. She's really good at kind of those non-traditional workouts that come up at the CrossFit Games. She didn't excel in the zigzag sprint, and that 7 points kept her off the podium. She was in 5th place last year. Talayna wrote on her blog how one of her goals was to have more fun this year. She's been competing. She did 3 consecutive weekends of competitions. Really, I think she just needs to get out there, train hard, and see where the cards fall.
All right, what about Bazinet? She had her best year in 2012 as well. Hasn't been on the podium. What does she need to do now to get to that next level?
Well, looking back to what happened in 2013, that half marathon road just murdered her. She took 41st on that. You didn't expect her to do well. She's one of the shorter athletes out there, but what I was shocked by was the legless event. She took 31st. So she's a former gymnast. We always see her doing pull-ups, so you think that that translates to pulling of all kinds, but that wasn't the case when you took her legs away, so maybe that pure pulling strength. She's plenty strong. I mean, this girl just did a squat clean and then held onto the bar and did 2 additional front squats at 231 pounds.
Wow.
So strength's not an issue.
Okay, we don't know what the workout is. I know you're upset about that, and I apologize. But what needs to happen, what needs to come out of the hopper if Talayna is going to win this matchup?
Well, in relation to Camille, because that is the matchup, for Talayna to win, I would say there needs to be no pulling because Camille really has that locked up, especially in a one-on-one competition environment. Anything, you know, in the longer time domains, that 17-minute workout that we saw last year, that's going to favor Talayna because, again, Camille, while she is working on it, it's not really playing to her strengths there. Wall balls, anything below parallel for Talayna, I know she's hoping for that. And then again, you know, should Dave Castro throw something odd movement, the spider monkey, as Talayna is known, will probably do just fine there.
Right. What's Camille hoping to see here?
Honestly, it doesn't matter what comes out. Camille is going to win this open announcement because it's an open announcement. It's not the Games. Talayna's fitter, you know, at the Games when the weird stuff can come out, but we can't do that in the open. It's more traditional CrossFit. And if you look at their history competing side by side, Camille wins things like Elizabeth, Fran, the Chipper, the Clean Ladder, Naughty Nancy, and Talayna wins Pendleton 1 and 2, the O course, the broad jump, the burden run, things like that. So when it's that outside the box stuff, that spider monkey stuff, advantage to Talayna, but we're not going to see that at the Open.
Well, we are going to see it live, and it goes down tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific time, games.crossfit.com from Miami, Florida. Leblanc-Bazinet taking on Talayna Fortunato. And make sure you stick around afterwards for the cool down, the post-game show. Both athletes joining Rory McKernan and Dave Castro to field your questions from social media. And speaking of social media, we want to know what you think. Head over to our CrossFit Games Facebook page. You still have time to get your vote in. Who's going to win this thing, Talayna Fortunato or Camille Leblanc-Bazinet? Well, that is it for us. We are set for 14.2 for Nicole Christensen and Pat Sherwood. I'm Sean Woodland. We'll see you next week, and good luck.